in 2008 and became secretary and president of both Wicklow and Power Talk Advanced Club. A champion of youth leadership programs for many years, he has been club mentor, club president, area and division governors, achieving presidents distinguished in both, and has been an IT support for many clubs. Brendan has been a Pathways ambassador. He was contest director in 2014 for the King Lear Conference. He has recently taken on the D71 acting chair for the Youth Leadership Programme. This short presentation is part of his promotion, and he is looking for your support. When he is not at Toastmasters, Brendan is on the seas sailing. Brendan, have you checked your audio?
I have, yes. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
And have you pinned the timer?
I have indeed.
Thank you, Brendan. With a presentation entitled District 71, Youth Leadership in the COVID Era, please welcome Brendan Haughton.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished officers. I am changing a little bit of my presentation because with the vaccinations very much in the offing, I'm hoping that COVID will not have nearly as much effect on us as we thought it would. And so what I am doing is giving you a presentation to try to encourage you to run your own youth leadership program. And what I will do is just explain the program to you and how it is run and some of the details very, very briefly. And our Zoom master, Heidi, has very kindly agreed to circulate this presentation during the day so you can pick up the PowerPoint. It's designed so that you can present this PowerPoint to your own club, area, or division, or to a prospective school or youth group, modifying it yourself as you deem fit. The Toastmasters Leadership Programme is really to help youths to meet the challenges of adulthood, to communicate effectively, develop leadership skills, overcome their nervousness, and get organised. The Youth Leadership Programme is normally run in groups of 10 to 20 youths with a maximum of 25. It's normally sponsored by a local club and run in 8 sessions. The sessions are laid out in the manual, which you get as a workbook and also as a youth or an organizer's manual. And they set out the various sessions, one session at a time, including draft agendas. To get more information, you could look up the Toastmasters International site and get information there. The program is normally delivered in person, face-to-face. That's usually done by 2 Toastmasters or by a Toastmaster and a teacher. It is done also virtually using Zoom or Teams. In Ireland here, Teams is the common program used in our schools. And again, virtually is usually done by 2 Toastmasters from their home or office. And you should note that if you're doing a virtual youth leadership program, you should not deliver it from your bedroom to the bedroom of any of the students. There is also the hybrid versions. You can run it as a hybrid version, and I just draw your attention to the very good leaflet on running a successful hybrid club meeting, which gives you very good guidelines for hybrid versions of the youth leadership program. This program is the same because it's an adaptation of the normal Toastmasters program. The sessions that are run are 8 in all. There's the introduction to chairmanship, introduction to public speaking, an impromptu speaking session, organizing your speech when you show people how to organize their speeches and give them exercises, listening, which is very much done in part of the table topics, because an interview is nothing more than a more involved table topics program. It deals with gestures in speaking, your voice and vocabulary, and then a demonstration and skills assessment. Really, when you look at it, it is almost a summary of the old CC with part of the leadership manual thrown in, or the early sessions in the leadership programs. The first one, for example, the introduction to chairmanship, there is an agenda given there, which is an introduction and call to order. You get acquainted, have icebreakers, discussion on chairmanship, explanation of the roles, the nomination and election of officers, because the objective here is to have the youth run their meetings themselves, because through their life, they will have to do this themselves in any event. There's self-evaluation in it, both at the beginning and at the end of it. And then this first session goes on to assignments for session 2. Session 2 introduces public speaking. And again, there's an agenda laid out in the manual. I won't bore you here. If you pick up the slide, you will see the details of the agenda and how that session 2 is run. The third session is impromptu speaking, a very, very important session. And again, the objectives and the agenda are laid out in the set of slides that you will receive through the chat. The 8th session, I'm going to skip to the end, is a show your skills one, where they make demonstration speeches and have a little celebration, normally a party at the end of it, and they get their certificates, which are important. I always tell groups, use your certificate from Toastmasters in your CV, and if you're going abroad on a year's travel, bring it with you, because there are Toastmasters clubs all over the world. If you ever get into any difficulty, look it up and contact the nearest Toastmasters group. The district has some incentives for you. Program Quality Director has given an offer of subsidizing full kits for clubs running the youth leadership for the first time. There are workshops planned similar to this. We will do one on induction and training, and a further one on mentoring, and the youth leadership mentoring pages up on Facebook also. For an action plan, what I'd ask you to do is go back to your club, download the set of slides, present it at your local club, and please do think what your Toastmasters legacy will be. And I would suggest to you that one of those at the top of the list should be to organize a youth leadership program through your club. You will get on the slides a list of contacts and information. I'm available pretty much any time as I'm retired. So after this meeting or sometime over the weekend, do get tapping your keyboard, send me a message and tell me you're interested, and I will contact you further.